Back to school is busy enough. The last thing you need is shopping that makes it harder. Whether you're moving into a dorm, your first apartment, or just getting organized for the semester, Wayfair makes it easy to get everything you need in one place. Furniture, bedding, storage, decor, study essentials, all at prices you'll love, with fast shipping before move-in day. Get everything you need for back-to-school season. Shop Wayfair.com today.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
As hormones shift during menopause, intimacy and comfort can change too. Vela offers science-backed solutions designed for this stage of life. From Pleasure Wave to support pleasurable intimacy to Melt Water for daily moisture and Everslide for added comfort. Because menopause shouldn't mean giving up great sex. It means having the tools to stay connected to pleasure, confidence, and yourself. Vela, understand your body. Reclaim what's next. Visit VelaBio.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the 10-Minute Marvel Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about what we've all been looking forward to, the latest episode of X-Men 97. Plus, there's this little movie that came out that we'll talk about, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh yes it is.
Little Rascals 2.
No, we're holding off on the Little Rascals until Little Rascals Tokyo Drift comes out, Greg. We've been over this before.
I forgot. Sorry.
Plus, then, of course, a few news and rumors, but we want to give plenty of time for the main topics for today. I'm your host, Petter, and my co-host, the star of the original Little Rascals movie himself,
Alfalfa, everybody. I was going to go buckwheat, but I'm like, that may not go over so well. So, anyways.
I'm glad you still explained your thought process there.
I mean, because the good joke is buckwheat, right? But I just felt like I couldn't go with it. So I had to go with the other. And then, I want the audience to know that I had the joke. It was almost there, but I felt like it was not the right choice. So, anyways, thanks for coming back, everybody. Hopefully you're glad you're back after that introduction. Yeah, it's a big one. We're going to have lots of conversation around that little movie called Spider-Man Brand New Day. And
oh, yes, it is.
And oh, yes, it is. All right. Should I try and do this, the thing at the top without looking at my notes?
Sure. Let's see how this goes.
All right. You ready?
No. Are you ready, Greg?
I am ready. Okay. If you're looking for ways to support us, you can find us on our YouTube channels. Search 10 Minute Marvel. I might be reading that.
Plural channels.
Channels. Do we have more than one?
We don't, but you definitely pluralized it.
Oh, sorry about that. Our channel. Give us a like and thumb, smash that subscribe button. Find and follow us on Facebook and that other thing with an X. Hashtag 10MinMarvels. I'm just kidding. Hashtag 10MinMarvel. And of course, you can leave a rating and review wherever you get your friendly neighborhood I almost made it to the end. I almost got to the end without even looking. Podcast from Petter.
I mean, I would appreciate it if we had a codcast.
A codcast?
Really?
Would you?
No.
Like,
who wants? I mean,
you like fish sticks.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about fish sticks. It's a podcast called Codcast, and it's all about fish sticks.
Join us next week for our new podcast, The Codcast, where we rate your favorite brands of fish sticks and tell you the horrifying truth of how much cod is actually in them.
Mm-hmm. Do you think we could actually pull off a podcast about fish sticks for a year?
For an episode?
But for like a whole year, like on our weekly, is there enough to, I mean, we could talk tartar sauces. We could talk breading. We could talk
cocktail
where
sauce.
the cod's, cocktail sauce, where the cod is from, where it may think it's cod. It's not walleye.
Yeah. I think we could do it. I believe in us.
All right, next week.
Yeah,
Tune in.
join us next week as we start
Then
a
we do
year
have two
long.
channels. There are two channels now. See how that worked?
Now, if you're in our listening audience and you think this idea sounds amazing, feel free to steal it and run with it.
Just to steal it away from us. Cutter doesn't want to do it.
That's very
Uh,
true.
okay. This is the roughest start ever. Where are we starting? Are we doing some rumors? Do we have rumors at all this week?
We do have a few rumors. I'm keeping a little bit light on rumors this week, just a couple from the Insider, because there's a few more rumors floating out there, but they're all X-Men related, and I want to talk about those next week, since next week will kind of be our lead into D23 or D28 for Greg.
Thank you. I appreciate that sentiment.
So, well, there's some rumors, just be aware that those are coming. The Insider, Jeff Snyder, had a couple that came up this week that I thought were interesting. The first being that Storm is going to be cast and in Black Panther 3. So that'll be our introduction to that character, with Ryan Coogler helping out with the casting, all of that
Awesome.
as well. Yeah.
I kind of like did we not we the royal we is what I'm
Yes.
talking about here, like us fans, did we give that idea, or do you think they already had that idea kind of in the mix of what they were talking about doing? Did Coogler already have that cooking?
I think Coogler already had that idea. I remember covering a rumor on some of what Coogler wanted for the film, and mutants was one of the things in there, and we talked about how we thought Storm would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
The other one from Jeff Snyder is that Mephisto will be returning in Ghost Rider. Now,
Excellent.
Mephisto is who gives Ghost Rider his powers. Makes a lot of sense, and I like it.
I do. I need some more Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto.
Yeah.
And him and Gosling together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that'd be good.
Yeah, so those are the three bits of rumors. Like I said, I mean, one of the rumors is that we'll be talking about X-Men rumors next week. But
Wait. Does that mean that Riri Williams is going to be against Ghost Rider in this movie?
probably not.
I mean,
That'd be interesting.
it
Actually,
would
that'd be
be.
interesting to, if they're setting up like a Midnight Suns sort of thing, to have Riri be part of that team, actually.
Oh, that would be interesting. Does
Like
that,
it's people who have deals with Mephisto coming together to try and take down Mephisto
yeah.
or take down some other demon at the behest of Mephisto.
Is Ghost Rider going to try and help Riri get away from Mephisto and that deal that she's struck? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think they'd be working together towards the same cause. Somebody else is the threat.
It would be, oof, it's a stretch, but I don't know. It's tough. I don't know. I don't know if that would work, but it's an interesting thought.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just because they both have deals with Mephisto, it made me
Oh, yeah,
think of it.
exactly. I just
and
think that would that go over well with people? I don't know.
I think
don't know.
it'd be interesting because we've had Riri in the films once before, granted in a fairly static role, like not given much to work with, and then obviously Ironheart, which both of us like quite well. So, but the general viewing audience won't have seen her. But I did mention X-Men here, and I do want to cover one bit of X-Men news because I do feel like this falls into the news category, and we should just talk about it now, with Deadline reporting that Samara Weaving is going to be playing Emma Frost.
I think I text you. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
the look is there,
Mm-hmm.
right? I think very, very attractive. Which that's what I think of. I think when I think of Emma Frost, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a lot of knowledge about whatever her name is again.
Samara Weaving.
Samara Weaving. I don't have too much knowledge about her catalog of movies, but
What you
Conjuring,
mean?
right? Is that what it was?
Not to my knowledge.
No, it was a horror film.
Oh, she's been in a lot of horror films.
Yeah.
She was in Guns Akimbo, Eeny Meeny, Ready or Not 2, Over Your Dead Body, 200% Wolf. Don't know what that one is.
I mean,
Snake Eyes.
you can't have 300%. So
I haven't watched Snake Eyes. I should.
I am probably gonna pass on Snake Eyes, but they are making some more G.I. Joe stuff, which just sounds like it's a lot more in the right direction than what they were doing before. So,
I had fun with the
um,
very first one, but after that, if I was going to say it fell off quickly, but it stopped for a while. Then they made a second one with very few of the same characters,
it's
and then they
confusing.
made a Snake Eyes.
These timelines are so confusing.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh yeah, Bill and Ted Face the Music.
oh yeah, I still didn't see that one either. Although that was right
Oh,
up, it's right in my era too. Like that's my growing up. I
hmm.
watched
If
that
I'm
movie hundreds of times.
if I remember correctly, she plays the daughter of
Bill,
Bill. Yes.
I guessed.
You had a 50-50 shot.
I did. I won. Um, yeah, I think I don't know. It sure. I'm gonna go based on
Hmm.
looks. I'm gonna be shallow about this and say she's great for this.
I do like the fact that she's come out of some horror acting because Emma Frost is not a nice, normal character.
I'm gonna get some flack for this probably from the horror people that love that genre. Um, I don't think like I haven't seen any like amazing acting coming out of horror. Now I will tell you I haven't watched a ton of it. I'm not a huge horror person. Haven't watched a ton, but I've never when I have watched it, I've never been like, wow,
Bill
that was an
Skarsgård.
amazing. Okay, so right, Bill Skarsgård. That's probably somebody I should
That,
watch in a horror film. What it, right? I
hmm.
mean, okay when I'm thinking of her roles, I'm thinking of these roles where I don't know, they're just not intelligent people making good choices and
Oh
they
yeah,
just get
no,
killed, right? So I'm just like, how do you flex your acting capabilities in those situations? So
because it's not easy playing an idiot, Greg.
I know this. I'm very aware. Um, so I guess that's where I'm just like, I don't really know, even if I did watch her stuff, if it would really tell
Mhm.
me what she can do.
Yeah,
So,
that's fair. And a lot of horror movies, they take themselves too seriously, or yeah, there's just a lot of problems with horror movies trying to get that right balance of what works. I tend to like the kitsch and absurdity of like B horror stuff. And yeah, it doesn't always have to be the best acting, but at the same time, good actors in horror films do well. Like Tucker and Dale versus Evil with Alan Tudyk and Tyler somebody. Like those are
hmm,
two good performances
hmm,
there, and that's like a horror comedy that works well.
sure.
Or um, Cabin in the Woods. I think it'd be interesting for you to see Cabin in the Woods because that has. Let me make sure I
Is that
remember.
Dave Batista?
No, that's Cabin at the End of the World or something like that.
Which cabin in that's not Johnny Depp.
No, Cabin in the Woods is a 2011 film with Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, Chris
And he,
Hemsworth, really?
yeah,
Okay.
he's not in it for a ton necessarily, if I remember correctly. He's not one of them who survives till the end.
Oh,
But,
spoiler.
but I will say, like, you see him go through a progression as a character moving into a trope, which, like, this Cabin in the Woods deconstructs horror tropes and elements and kind of turns it on its head in a fun way.
Okay. Um,
But anyways, back to Marvel.
I was trying to place this other actor that was in Cabin in the Woods. Yeah, and I don't want to say as far as like Samara Weaving, I don't doubt that she can
Hmm.
perform and do it. I just to find my footing as far as whether I like the casting for it, I don't know how to base it on besides looks at this point, which is
Oh yeah.
super shallow. So
No, she
just
hasn't
want to
been like
clarify.
the most likely thing that you would have seen her in is Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Okay. And I
She's,
haven't seen that. So
yeah. Um, should we talk about the sad news here, Greg? Wonder Man
um
season 2 canceled.
yeah. Kind of a bummer, but I'm wondering if it's just there's other priorities for um
I think other priorities,
Destin.
yeah, Destin Dan Cretton definitely has Shang-Chi on his plate. I'd not be surprised if Sony is already talking to him about coming back for Spider-Man brand new haircut or whatever it is.
Bran, Bran Yeah, brand spanking new. That's what it's going to be. Um, I I heard that they didn't even really have the writers working at this point. Like it kind of got they let the writers go, so they didn't really get too far in the process, and so yeah, I'm just assuming that it just didn't really nothing was really. I think
Yeah.
other things are coming, other bigger things that they wanted him
Hmm.
to work on was more important, and so
And I think too, they have to look at it and go, what do we want to keep going forward post Secret Wars? Because I don't think even with the talks of like, okay, Wonder Man season two is happening, that wasn't going to film until next year. And if it filmed next year, it's not coming out until after Secret Wars.
mhm.
So do you want to keep that around, especially if you're planning on resetting some things or changing up how certain elements work, which we'll talk about coming up in Spider-Man here.
Hmm. Yeah.
Sadie Sink, and this is actually just now all moving into Spider-Man Brand New Day stuff. So let's actually pause on the news here. Let's talk X-Men 97, latest episode. I I liked it. It was a good episode, good storytelling. Doesn't really fall in line with a lot of Apocalypse stuff again.
Again.
We've had three of those in a row,
Hmm.
which I think if I had known that going into those episodes would have made me enjoy these episodes more. And I think I enjoyed this one more than the previous two because I was like, okay, I'm not surprised that Apocalypse isn't featured heavily in this.
Right. I wonder if they're setting something up as far as like so we got Wolverine with his claws back. We've got Cyclops. Nope.
No.
Not Cyclops. Peter uh Colossus. We got Colossus back. There we go.
John Malkovich back.
John Malkovich is back. Better than ever. And then what was the other episode that was in the middle there? Oh, the Danger Room one.
Yep.
So I'm just kind of wondering if they're setting something up, but
I mean, they're
yeah,
definitely setting something up here, and we'll talk about this a little bit more as we get into spoilers here. But I think it's very different than what I had expected. Not in a bad way, just different.
yeah, it was good. I actually I did like this one, even though I had to watch it kind of broken up over a couple days and couldn't even remember if I had finished it when I was talking to you before the podcast. But yeah, it was a good episode. I thought it had some fun action in it. It had
Hmm.
a lot of characters, a lot of characters.
Oh,
I
yes.
Gina Ippolito, she on New Rockstars, she broke down a lot of them. I'm like, good God. Like, I mean, I don't know, there's got to be like 20, 25 other characters in this thing that they're not like really well known, but still,
Yeah.
she did her homework. It was quite impressive. Um, yeah, I liked it. It's good. Now, do I want it to be about Apocalypse next time? Yes, yes, I do. I want
I
the
mean,
main storyline to come back.
we only have two episodes left, I believe.
Right. So it better like really shock me with like, oh, that's why they had these three. That's the setup. This is how it's all
Hmm.
tied together. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But
Let's move into spoilers here. Spoilers,
okay.
spoilers, spoilers. You have been warned. About 5 minutes worth of spoilers because we have another topic to talk about.
Meet me.
Yeah,
Acme
so
versus Coyote.
so they did in the past two episodes touch on Apocalypse in both of them. First of him with him bringing back Gambit with the tarot cards. And
Hmm.
this time we see the remains of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I was like, that's interesting.
And where was that in the ship? Where was that he appeared? Was that wasn't in the
Um,
Savage Land?
No, it wasn't in the Savage Land. I'm not sure precisely because it cut away to completely different characters. This was Cable's team with Jubilee and Sunspot
Oh yeah.
and Psylocke. So it was, yeah, I was like, huh, not what I expected there.
Right. Time dilation? No, I'm just kidding. I don't I I I imagine it's some sort of setup, right? It's some sort of
Yeah, we've had two
red
parts
herring,
of a
right?
setup of some sort. I mean, definitely could be a red herring sort of thing. Could be could be that more time travel is coming in, and to defeat Apocalypse, they're going to have to go to a different point in time anyways.
And then they could
And then
find him there.
and then they caused this event. Yeah.
That's interesting. That'd be kind
Mhm.
of a cool way to go about the story, but it's telling the ending already.
Yeah.
So, but in a weird way, in a fun way.
Yeah. In a way
Uh,
that would have us guessing still, because obviously, like, I guessed right now that it was the ending, but there's nothing about it that says, like, oh, yeah, that would then be the ending for sure. It could be like, all right, future Gambit has now taken out uh, Apocalypse or something like that, breaking the
yeah.
timeline in some way.
If if these episodes don't really tie into anything and they're just kind of episodes,
Yeah.
and the next two episodes are kind of just, yep, some apocalypse stuff. They defeat him by this or that.
Hmm.
Let's just imagine that for a second. Do you feel like you're going to be disappointed in this season?
I mean, for me, there's only been 1 point to this season, Greg, so we need to get Gambit back. So,
It's all about that.
yep,
So if they don't give you Gambit back,
I will throw my remote through the TV. No. Then we will switch officially to the Codcast.
yes, Codcast it is. Love it. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be,
I think that it would be a situation where, I mean, it's tough because it feels like they do need to defeat him. But I wonder if instead of defeating him, kind of like they did Bastion, if it's going to be defeat him, like bring him over to their side. Like Charles convinces him of the vision that he now has for the future. Because they really are making kind of a deal out of the corporation, this thing now that Charles has started.
so are you again kind of leading in towards House of
Krakoa.
X? Yeah, Krakoa, House of X,
Mhm.
Powers of X. Okay. Yeah. Again, that feels a little bit too soon, but yeah, I I mean that could definitely be a direction they go. It feels like they are ripping out a chunk of time that could be used for other storytelling, but
But how long do you spend on House of X, Powers of X? Is that a season? And then you jump back and do another story.
right. And
Like,
what about just doing something more original again?
mhm.
I mean, maybe they want to go, maybe they don't want to linger on all of these
Yeah.
highlighted areas of the comics for X-Men, and maybe they want to just start something new.
Hmm. And I mean, I think we're seeing that in that they haven't, like, they brought in what, the Brood. That's not a common X-Men villain. That's
Hmm.
a different team's villain. Um, and just how they've handled everything, yeah, there are elements of the comics there, but that's not playing out like the comics. So the idea of like, okay, we're gonna get Age of Apocalypse here this season, kind of like we guessed. Maybe that was just a bad guess because they already did that in the original X-Men cartoon. So now they're trying to give us something that feels very different with Apocalypse,
Yeah,
which I'm cool with that. I think I think it's a good reminder for myself and probably for others is don't set your expectations that something is going to so closely follow the comics or they're going to do this particular storyline. They do a good job in the MCU, whether it's live action or this animated stuff. Generally, they do a good job of tweaking things and making it feel like its own thing.
yeah.
There's a solid example of where that failed miserably, but we don't talk about it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Um, yeah, and also, I mean, the writers probably want, I mean, they probably have a bunch of great ideas and things that they would like to try anyway. So, like, why
Hmm.
not flex a little bit of their skills, use their skills, and make something a little bit different?
Yeah.
So,
And you can take and adapt and build upon the character groundwork that is already there. Like, I don't want to see them turn Storm into something that she's not in the comics.
mhm.
But that doesn't mean you can't tell a completely different Storm story with her feeling and being recognizable as Storm.
Sure.
All right, shall we move on to the main topic?
Yes.
All right. This little indie film, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Greg, do you know how big its opening weekend, number wise?
I'm gonna guess opening weekend was, oh God,
Worldwide.
worldwide, 800 million.
Over 900 million. It
Oh, it's
should
close.
have hit, I believe, a billion today. It is the second fastest film to hit $1 billion, only behind Avengers Endgame.
Dang.
The Odyssey has been out for 3 weeks now, 4 weeks, 4 weekends, I think, has made less money. And that has been exceedingly successful and had the premium IMAX screens. That one broke, I believe, 900 million this weekend. It took 1 weekend for Spider-Man Brand New Day to pass it
That's
worldwide.
insane. That
Yeah.
is insane. I mean, I'm really happy for the Odyssey and the numbers that
Yeah.
it's pulling in. I still
Oh,
haven't seen
great
it,
numbers.
and I gotta see it. But I will just say I can understand why we are cracking 1 billion on this Brand New Day.
hmm Yeah, so I wanted to mention that. I wanted to mention, and these are the 3 news bits kind of tied into Brand New Day. Sadie Sink with her character, it is a 5-picture deal. So minimum 5-picture deal. Obviously, she can sign on for more and would renegotiate for a higher amount, assuming she wants to continue. But yeah, not a small, not a small deal to bring her in.
I mean, I don't know what you do with Shatra for all that time. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that Madam Web crossover. I think that gets you a wide enough multiverse story for Sony to play with.
Yeah.
And then Tom Holland, in an interview, teased that he knows when Miles Morales is going to show up in the MCU, how they're going to introduce him.
Oh, he does he?
I know that it's interesting.
I mean, honestly, I think as much as he was involved with Brand New Day,
hmm
I'm sure I don't know how much in the writing per se that he
Right.
was really, but I mean,
I mean,
he's gonna have some skin in the game, I think, for these next 3 that
couple.
he's signed for, right?
Yeah. Couple
Um,
films, a couple Spider-Man films, and then we're assuming Secret Wars.
yeah. Is it not a trilogy that he signed for? Did he not sign
Yeah,
for another? It was
but that would be 2 more films, Greg.
no, I know, but Spider-Man
Yeah.
specific.
Yeah, Spider-Man specific, that would still be 2 more films to complete this trilogy.
Okay, sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's what I told my son. I was like, I think he signed for 3 films.
hmm
So,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure that's the case. I was arguing semantics there. I should have stopped doing that, but
It was fair. I was saying 3. It's already been 1, so there's only 2 left. I get it. What I was kind of getting at is that Tom is probably,
he
you
definitely
know,
is more involved.
yeah, and good. I mean, if this proves to me that he's really taking on the character and he knows what he's doing with
hmm
it. Can he repeat it? I don't know, maybe. But yeah, I think I had another point with that, but I totally forgot where I was going because somebody sidetracked me about trilogies.
Yeah, but it's interesting, and I mean, this also does tie into what Kevin Feige said about Miles Morales too, where like Miles is just not on the table until the Spider-Verse trilogy is done, and that's going to be done next year, pre-Secret Wars. So honestly, I think like Tom Holland stopped himself from saying when Miles was going to be introduced, but it would have to be in early concept drafts of the next Spider-Man film or in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
And if he's confident, if he's talking about it kind of the way that the notes were written that I saw, I think it's Secret Wars.
Mm. Yes. Okay. So can we jump into spoilers? Can we just
No, let's do our
not yet?
non-spoiler thought
Okay.
first.
Okay.
It's
It's a good
phenomenal.
segue, but
It's
all right.
it's awesome. All right,
I
this
loved it. Honestly,
go see it
yeah, go see it.
now
It's my favorite.
twice.
I did personally. Um, yeah, it's my favorite Spider-Man film thus far out of any of them. So, spoilers?
I don't know, Greg. Are we ready for spoilers?
Are we?
Spoilers. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. You have been warned. Spoilers.
I was gonna try and make some like electric static sounds, but I'm like, I can't do that. I don't even know how to do that. It seemed like the right thing. Like, zzz, yeah,
Just do the dial-up tone, Greg. I know you have it memorized.
Yeah. Heard that a lot as a kid.
Yep.
So, okay. spoilers. So let's
Yeah.
just, I'm just gonna jump right to the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Okay, because here's my son again. I took my family on Sunday after you and I
Hmm.
saw it on Thursday. Um, so my son had asked me in the post credit scene about the Spidey tracker. He's like, "Is that Miles Morales?"
Hmm.
And I'm like, "It could be. It very well could be. What I think it is I think it's. I mean, there's been a lot of talk of Tobey Maguire, right? So."
Yeah.
I think it's technically an incursion with his universe.
Yep.
It very well could be, right? Versus a Miles Morales universe. But Miles Morales idea, it's fun. It's fun to think about that, you
Hmm.
know,
I don't think you
because
set up, I think the end credit scene, it makes too much sense to set up something in Doomsday potentially versus setting up something for Secret War.
mhm.
That's why I think it's more likely it's going to be a Toby thing. Toby's universe is destroyed, like incurred and destroyed with like the X-Men universe or something like that. And we don't know where Toby's Spider-Man is. He'll show up again in like Secret Wars. But
So, okay, timeline. Let me just talk about.
yeah,
So you get a little bit of a hint of what year it is, right?
yes.
Based on seeing Aunt May's grave is how I
Yeah,
deduced it, right? So if it was 2024 that she died, and
it's
then you have
2028.
yeah, he's in 2028 in Brand New Day because it was
Yep.
4 years of college, right? So um okay, so if that's the case, when is I'm just trying to think, are they jumping right then? Is Doom 2020? I know it
8.
comes out in 2027, but is it uh, the year 2028?
The year 2028, because that falls in line, I believe, with what we know of the new Avengers Thunderbolts timeline as well. So I
Okay,
believe, if I remember correctly, when they were figuring that out, it would also have been 2028.
when the Fantastic Four were coming.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
yeah.
So kind of what I'm wondering is, can it be can it be Miles Morales by chance because of the time? Like they don't have to go into a doomsday sort of thing. They can just at the post-credit scene could actually relate to Secret Wars
It
if it
could,
wanted to, right?
it
Because I
could
mean,
if it wanted to. I don't think it will, just because, like, the timeline within the world
yeah.
aside, the timeline in our world, the next movie coming out is Doomsday. And it's supposed to be this big event. I don't think you want to set something up because everything's bottlenecking right now at Doomsday and Secret Wars in a good way, kind of like it did with Endgame and Infinity
Yeah.
War. Like it's all coming together. Um, so I don't think you want to have something come together for Secret Wars, which is going to, I think, feel different and unique set up from Doomsday. Like Doomsday is going to set up Secret Wars. Nothing else has set up Secret Wars directly. So I don't think we're going to see something setting up Secret Wars directly unless they do something really different.
I'm just thinking like he's not Tom Holland's not supposed to really be in Doom. We don't know of him being in
Don't,
Doomsday at
yeah.
this, right? So
We
the next
also know,
movie,
yeah,
we don't know he's going to be in Secret Wars.
we don't know that he's going to be in Secret Wars, but I was going to say we also know from kind of rumors that there's 8 or so characters that had filmed for Doomsday, and just seems like Tom Holland's Spider-Man is probably one of them. I don't know, Greg. Any additional thoughts there?
Um, I think yeah, I was not exactly sure that they had to go into a or a Doomsday like,
Yeah, I mean, they
and so
certainly,
it's more likely that it is a Doomsday thing and it's an incursion. But I'm just thinking that because we don't really know where he doesn't fit into Doomsday at this point.
right.
Secret Wars probably, and
Yep.
so why not just take the end of his movie, The Brand New Day, and just give it the hint for what he's next going to be in? But
Mhm.
I don't know.
But I think it does. I think he's just the next thing he's going to be in is Doomsday.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Or the
Okay.
next thing a Spider-Man character is going to be in is Doomsday. Because even if Tom Holland isn't, then it's okay, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, different world, incursions. Because you have to remember too, and like this does get back to the weird timeliney stuff, is where Thunderbolts ends, like that post-credit scene with the Fantastic Four ship has not taken place yet in the timeline of Brand New Day.
Yeah. Thunderbolts is taking place, like the new
Yes.
Avengers
Yep.
version, right? So, okay. Um,
Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly,
yeah.
filming fun.
But to pass up a chance, I'm just assuming that they're going to want to have Tom Holland see Robert Downey Jr. And I'm assuming that Doom is going to be presenting his face at some point in time. So to me,
Yeah.
it does seem like Doomsday would be the next time we see Peter Parker.
Hmm.
Because how do you pass up that chance
Yeah.
to show that?
And I don't think they want to have two movies where they have to have people being like, oh, why do you look like Tony Stark, but with an accent? I think they want to take care of that whole thing in Doomsday probably relatively early on.
Yeah, yeah. It's a Doomsday story, I think
Yeah.
is what I'm gathering from it. So it's going to be,
Mhm.
and then Secret Wars, it's all just gnarly, nasty
Mhm.
Doomsday.
Yeah. Um, where do you want to go next here? We start at the
Uh,
end. Do we want to just talk about the Sadie Sink of it all?
sure. Yes.
So, no surprise, Jean Grey.
Mhm.
Also, so good in that role.
She was really good. She didn't blow me away like some of the other stuff I saw with, especially with Tom and Tom
Hmm.
Holland's acting, but it was
Granted,
still really good.
it's a Spider-Man film versus a,
Sure.
yeah,
I think, but I didn't see Sadie Sink as Max, really.
yes,
I didn't so I think she did really good. Like I don't want to take anything away from her. I thought she's really good, but
yeah,
man, I also was really kind of set back a little bit by her violence and how
hmm,
kind of actually evil she was. She had two guards kill them or like shoot each other. She put a guy out, like had him back into the street and get hit by a bus
yep.
or taxi.
Well, she had a guy back into a street. Whether or not her intention was to move him to the next jump kind of thing, but she clearly didn't have regard for human life at that point, because she'd been so locked out. I mean, of the DODC and where her family is, all that jazz. So
Yeah. And then
the MJ,
that was the
that,
one. That was
yeah.
monstrous, just to quote
Hmm.
Peter Parker. Like it was straight up evil.
Hmm. And I loved that.
It was to me, it's like the standout moment of the movie. Not, I mean, in a sense of like drama and
Hmm.
twist and just two people having a dialogue together.
Yep.
It was heart-wrenching what
Oh
happened
yeah,
there.
so good.
And
Like
I kind
that's
of, I'm wondering if that was to the scene that Tom and Zendaya, I guess, said that it wasn't working. I'm wondering if this is the scene or if there's a different scene maybe after MJ reads the note. I don't know, but there's a scene that Tom had talked about where him and Zendaya just were like, something's not right. And so they talked to Dustin and kind of they reworked a little bit of the scene with some of the writers. And I was kind of wondering if that was it, because if that was the scene, wow, like
hmm.
whatever it was, I'm glad they changed it.
Right.
Um,
Or if they didn't, like, it could have just been something small, and who knows if we would have even noticed. But
yeah,
whoever wrote that scene, and I'm sure, like, no matter what scene it is, some stuff are always going to be adjusted on the fly because it's like in the moment when you're doing a take, you're like, ah, that just doesn't sound right. But oh,
that I mean the I completely bought it. I completely bought that she
hmm,
remembered. And it was well done because I thought they were out of radius. And now I was trying to figure out like how in the hell did Jean Grey catch up and find him? But
oh no, that I I have an answer to that. And Voss talks about it in one of them. Is all Jean did was once she realized Spider-Man had cut off her first jump pathway with the helicopter, she just severed the connection and started it again.
right.
And she
Yeah.
can go blazing fast through
Yeah.
those jumps.
Yeah. And I was completely a sucker for what happened. And so I like my wife left at that part. I'm like, and she was a couple seats down, so I couldn't like yell at her to like sit down, like just wait, just wait. This
Hmm.
is like the best part. 'Cause she had to go to the bathroom really bad. So yeah, she unfortunately missed it. And I was right before the podcast, I was trying to explain to her like she missed this amazing part, like the best part, one of the best parts of the movie. And so I don't know, that part was so good and so fantastic. And it was kind of like that turning point where I'm like, man, this movie is top notch. Like
Hmm.
it's above all else. So
Yeah. Well, and I think it's such a good point or moment too, because like you think about where we see Sadie Sink's character start, where she's controlling this old lady, crashing the tank. She's letting everybody get away from the tank. She's intentionally leading Spider-Man down a path where he won't be there when it explodes. Everybody will be gone, sort of thing. And then once she realizes that Peter is at all siding with the DODC, she really ratchets it up. She's like, okay, like now I have a superpowered individual after me to try and stop me. And like I thought that maybe who knows, maybe others would care, something like that. But now it's like everybody's against me.
yeah. So she's gonna go to whatever means she can, right? And
Hmm.
at that point she's desperate. She hasn't had family.
Yep.
She's been alone, all that kind of stuff, which is going to take you to a dark place anyways. But I kind of wish they would have maybe added like something to the scene where like why do that trickery to Peter? I mean, it messes with his head, right? So I think it was just more of a mind F than anything, for her to do that. Not that she isn't doing that already, but
Hmm.
just to have a little bit more of a reason why she would have MJ kiss
Yeah.
Toby,
Well, I think
or not Toby, Tommy, not even Tom, Peter. There we
Peter,
go.
I think it was because she now feels like, and I'm sure she was observing the DODC, like when Peter goes and talks to Metzger. So I'm sure she was observing that, and she was like, now I know you're fully on their side, but you have an access in,
Hmm.
and I like you're purely one of the evil DODC people who has stolen what was left of my family from me.
Yeah, yeah,
And so it's like, yeah, have her kiss him, make it all that hurt all that much more when
right. It's just to hurt him, right?
yeah,
It's straight up just to hurt him. So,
yeah.
um, the I really liked what they did with Jean Grey. I think the power set was interesting, right?
Hmm. And
I
this idea
think
of like she has the powers, but hasn't really trained them or had them necessarily unleash
yeah,
like a
unlocked.
chance to unlock fully.
Hmm. It was a good, it's kind of what I think we've been talking about is we need some origin stories. And this is a pretty good origin story. You it's not like the true origin story where you see her family so much. It's
Right.
like mom and dad or something like that, but you
Hmm.
get an idea what happens and like where her parents are.
Hmm.
I don't know what happened to her dad, um,
Yeah.
but either way, you learn about her sister. And so there's the catalyst right there,
Hmm.
and she's off and running in the MCU at that point.
Yep. Yeah, and I like the fact that they folded her origin story into something else
Hmm.
because would have been interesting to see like a whole Jean Grey film where she's like going after the DODC, all this sort of stuff, and it's just all focused on her. Maybe,
Not as good. I don't
but
think it'd be as
wouldn't be
good.
as good. Yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing
because
a couple more shots or attempts of this with some of the other characters. I don't think you can do it
yes,
for each one, but I
no.
think like a two-in-one movie kind of thing, if you do, or some, I don't know, but at
I
least
mean,
one more
Black
of
Panther
these.
3
Yeah,
and Storm.
there you go, Storm. Yeah.
Hmm.
So maybe that's the roadmap, I guess.
Hmm.
They do a couple of those and
Ghost Rider, Magic,
yeah.
and
If you
Colossus.
want. Yeah. All right, so I don't know. Is there anything else that Jean Grey wanted to? I don't really have anything else. It was a great performance. It was a great use of the character. I'm happy they
Hmm.
did it. I'm happy it's Jean Grey.
Yeah, I think that scene where she's in Peter's mind,
Yeah.
Like once her powers are unlocked and she kind of puts herself in Peter's spot for the conversation with Aunt May. Like that was some of Sadie Sink's best acting work
Yeah.
because I think it's easier to play angry because it's big,
Yeah.
but playing a character or playing that moment where everything's kind of stripped back and like all the hurts coming through, that is impressive. And she did it well.
I would have loved to have a little bit more of that conversation, actually, just a little bit more from her. And whether it be on May or just her and Peter, just to kind
Mhm.
of hash it out. But I think
I think it was the right amount.
I mean, I think for a moviegoer that you're in the third act of a movie and we're clocking about 2 hours and 15 minutes at this point, I think you got to make it the, the the amount that it was.
Well, I
But
think too.
I would like to have seen just a little bit more of that conversation play out, just because it was really good and it could have got even a little bit deeper, I feel like.
Yeah. I I also worry about on the flip side of that is conversations like that overstaying their welcome and feeling like weird in that moment of how are you, because that's before Punisher takes the shot. So you don't want to have to explain why, okay, we showed the Punisher getting ready for this shot. Now all of this is happening in the mind. Sure, you can say it happens in an instant sort of thing, but you don't want it to feel like, okay, he's sitting there waiting for this mental conversation to finish either.
Right. I think it was more just convincing Gene of what the good he's trying to do and how he did make a mistake and how she's not alone and all these things that Peter was trying to have her see into. Didn't that conversation didn't like solidify and overpower kind of I don't her feelings, I guess, in a way. Like it didn't unjustify her feelings. Does that makes sense?
Yeah, but
But the
I think
bullet
it.
that was saving her from the bullet
Mhm,
did. And so it does therefore give me some sort of resolution in that
mhm.
dialogue, So
And for me, it also kind of falls into the category of you don't need to undo all of it. In fact, I hope that Jean is still angry
yeah,
and dealing with this next time we see her,
right.
because it shouldn't go away in a mental conversation. But that mental conversation reminded her that of like something she lost and something that she longed for. And that allowed her to see in that moment, like, okay, it's not worth it to kill Metzger, sort of thing. And
Right.
it's it's the first step on the pathway towards where you want a character to end up.
And she may have not been like fully convinced. And I mean the gunshot, right, with Peter
Hmm.
saving her, it kind of stopped that whole scene really quickly. So yeah, I
Oh
think
yeah.
carrying this out and as she's sitting on the bus there as she's leaving, I love how you're kind of expecting her to kind of smile and make it seem like things are okay. And she did kind of seem relieved in her facial expression, but at the same time, I want
She's
her to still be
yeah.
plagued
She's
by
mhm.
what
She's
happened.
relieved because Peter pulled through,
Yeah,
not because of the resolution of her sister's death and Metzger still being out there somewhere.
yeah,
And I think that's a really nice distinction that you can kind of pull from it.
yeah. All right, we gotta.
Metzger?
Sure. Uh, Tillman's great.
Tillman was
Um,
very good.
if you have you seen Severance? I can't
I
remember.
have
You haven't
not.
seen it. Okay. So, it was a little bit of resemblance of his character in Severance in a little way, which you
Hmm.
wouldn't have seen, but I could see. Didn't bother me. I didn't really think about it too much. Kind of at the end or afterwards, I was like, oh, it kind of was similar, but it was still good. He was still good in what he's doing, and it's setting up. I think it's setting up for his return in some
Oh yeah.
fashion, right? I think it's going to be good. I think
Oh yeah.
we're going to see him come back, and it's going to be the whatever form of, I mean, DODC will change probably, but
Hmm. Like
Friends of
now he has,
Humanity.
yeah, now he has a personal vengeance against a mutant.
Did he see Spider-Man? Do you think he saw Tom's face? I would imagine he didn't,
Yeah.
but I was kind of wondering that because once the spell is kind of broken, like I just feel like maybe he would have seen Tom's
But he was
face or
also
Tom,
booking,
Peter.
yeah, Peter's face, but he was also booking it out of there as a chance to get away from Jean
Yeah,
Grey.
fair.
Yeah. And and before that, before the shot, he was very focused on the glass that was directly in front of his face.
Yeah, I don't think he could see or move, and they were
Yeah.
off to the side. So yeah, he was. I don't know. It was a random thought that I had. Um, but man, I think what's really frightening now, and I just keep thinking about the inhibitor chip that
Hmm.
that Peter made
Yep.
is likely going to be, I
Oh
would think
yeah.
the thing that Metzger hangs on to in a sense of that
Hmm. Yeah.
design.
Yeah. It's like, okay, Jean crushes it, but there's no way
He,
before she woke up that the DODC didn't study that thing thoroughly.
oh right, they've got it probably all mapped out and
Yeah.
all that. So like, it's, Peter just cannot catch a break. Like
No.
I mean, he literally is causing a genocide.
Yeah. Or attempted genocide. Yep.
Yeah, like it's oh God. And so which I kind of want them to explore. Like I want him to realize that and be like, I
Hmm.
effed up again. And
It's honestly, it's the Tony Stark of it all.
yeah,
Like as much as he's trying to be his own person and is his own person, it's what Tony did. It's Tony saw a problem, tried to fix it, not thinking about what potentially could happen
hmm,
with like Ultron.
yeah,
Yeah.
it really is. And it's I don't know, it's a great like thing to just I don't know, you can launch a bunch of different ideas off of this. And
Hmm.
so um I'm excited to see where that goes. And I'm a little surprised that they have Peter being the one that has kind of started that, but it's also kind of perfect at the same time.
Hmm. Yeah, it works well. Um, Punisher.
Um, I was okay with the Punisher.
Hmm.
Um,
I think the first fight that we've seen most like a decent chunk of in the trailer was fine. Like it's fun,
with the
it's
tank
light.
scene,
Yeah,
that
the
kind of,
tank scene.
yeah,
It's like, okay, you got some decent comedy and it kind of shows Frank like they have some past and they talk about it with Stanton Island,
yeah.
whatever that is.
I just wish the one last kill did not come out before this.
I'm with you.
I think it messed with my head a little bit, and the transition still was a little bit rough. I think if that would not have been in there, I would be much more inviting to this version of Frank, which is you can tell that they try to keep it close to the
Yeah, he's
the
pushing
Netflix
it.
series. Yeah. They're trying, right? Keeping that hard edge
Mhm.
on him. But it just you could tell they had to PG-13 it kind of hard.
Mhm. At times.
At
And
times.
I do think like when it's Punisher, MJ, and Peter on the boat,
Hmm.
I thought that like that worked well. That
Yep.
was really good interactions. Frank is not in the heat of the moment. He's still swearing, but it's not like you don't feel like you're missing something a hard edge because he's trying to pull Peter back a little bit from where Peter
Hmm.
is of doing everything on his own. Not because Frank is trying to change himself to stop doing everything on his own, but he knows that it's not good, so he doesn't want Peter to do the same thing.
Right. He still has that heart of somebody that wants to take care of somebody that is good, right?
Yeah.
And because he did that in some of the Punisher episodes or the seasons, and obviously he kind of maybe thinks of him as a son in a sense, or like just a really good
Hmm.
friend. And he's not one to turn his back on friends, right?
Yeah.
People that he's fought with. So I I just it felt a little bit off to me, but at the same time, I was willing to kind of like absorb it and just kind of go with it. And I'm okay with it. I think as long as it kind of rides this way, where I don't need to see this super violent Frank Castle. Well,
It's
I
I
enjoy
think
that, but
yeah. I feel like I feel like this will be the last time we see him in the movies. I don't mean
oh,
that in a bad way.
well, you're not gonna see him in Secret Wars or anything like
I don't
that.
think we're going to see him in Secret Wars. He's more of a small potato guy.
These small potatoes.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think that next time we see him will be Daredevil Born Again season 3, potentially. And that's gonna kind of be the level that we see him at from
hmm,
here on out.
I don't know. I'll say though, like Punisher and Spider-Man, Peter Parker, their chemistry was great. I mean,
Hmm.
that's been kind of talked about a lot in the news over the last week and just reviewing of the
All
movie.
16, yeah, all 16 films that they've been in together in the month of July.
Yeah, right. Uh, it's really good, and of course, it is going to be good, right? Because I've been in a bunch of stuff together, but they do really well in these characters together. And I thought that the I'm going to do it my way, and versus the your way gets people killed and it's dangerous. I thought that played out really well,
Hmm.
and it was a good choice. There really wasn't a character in here that they didn't make work.
Yeah,
I feel like so
yeah. Should we
that
rush
goes.
through 3 more characters here?
Let's should we talk Hulk then?
4 more characters.
I will
Hulk.
just okay.
Yeah.
I will just
Real
say,
quick, Hulk. Yeah.
um, I loved Hulk in this movie. I thought it all just really worked, even though it was kind of a odd thing, but
Hmm.
it was fun because they just brought him in and
Hmm.
they used him in the right way.
Yes, I love this is another good writing for Jean Grey in that moment. Her puppeting the Hulk
Right.
and the Hulk saying stuff that clearly Banner would never say that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. It was, and that close up in his face when he finally just goes full on Rage Hulk.
Hmm.
And all it is in the screen is just his face. And he says it's, whatever, I'm Hulk, or it's
Yeah.
Hulk. It was like, let's go. Like I thought it was a pretty epic moment. I loved it. I love the battle. Actually, I really love the battle. I think this is probably some of the best action that I've seen in a Marvel movie or maybe other movie as well, any movie. That scene with him and Frank and Spider-Man, uh, the slow-mo action scene, dragging Frank, shooting Spider-Man, pulling Frank and holding down the Hulk or whatever that was,
Hmm.
awesome. And then that's the hallway scene when
Does
Spider-Man's
the
trying to
stomp, the clap.
yeah, I mean going the him going up on the ceiling and just the rotating it like I said before, I think last week, I have to watch this movie in slow-mo because there's so much good stuff that happens. And even though it's done very well, I just want to slow it down and appreciate it
Hmm.
a little
Oh,
longer.
the hand fight.
Hand fight. Yes. Which, okay, the hand.
Yeah.
Did
Fifth
you
group. Yeah.
Yeah. They were it's weird how it I don't really balk at it. It
Hmm.
worked. And the fight scenes were really, really good. It
Fight
was like
scenes were so good with the hand.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon kind of style, right? It was kind
Hmm.
of fun like that.
Yeah, so it was Jackie Chan's kind of stunt team, coordination team
Oh, was
that
it?
planned that out. Yeah, Jackie Chan was on set for a day or something like that, just to see how it was going, less so involved at all. But
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I kudos. I just
yeah, it was so well done, and I bought it. I also liked that Peter didn't balk at it right away. That, oh, the hand is now working for the DODC, but as the audience who know, like, as an audience member who knows who the hand is, I'm immediately like, ooh, like I knew the DODC isn't good, but like we're bringing in an organization from the comics that isn't good.
yeah, right. I can't
And we're
quite figure
like,
out how they did the mind control. They must have somehow figured out, I don't know, mind
yeah.
control in the building of some kind, like a Wi-Fi signal. I don't know. Either way.
I thought it was more that they just offered them a ton of money.
Oh, it could have been.
It's like,
Yeah.
hey, like we busted you. You can either sit in jail for our ages or you can work for us.
Mhm.
Choice is yours.
Oh, I never thought about it that way. I thought they were trying to they used what they learned about from Sarah, from Jean's sister, and they were able to do some of that mind control based on those on that research, and that's why I kind of was taking away from it. But um, okay. God, so many good fight scenes. So much
Well,
just the action
yeah.
and choreography in general, like from the swinging to the
Hmm.
battles. I
Yeah.
don't know, man. It was,
So good.
yeah.
Florence Pugh, back as Yelena, referred to as the Black Widow in the credits, credited as Black Widow.
Mm.
So she is the new Black Widow.
Also, Mac Fiend underscore 761 or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever. That was her tag. Because she loves mac and cheese.
Yep.
Um,
That was
she
a
was,
fun addition.
it
Yeah.
was. I like it was she's in a bathtub or like a huge like
A
sauna room,
bathhouse.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
bathhouse. And it just made it awkward and fun. And Florence Pugh just bringing it home. Just,
Hmm.
I don't know.
And I do love the fact that that is her office because that would be the type of office you would have if you were a spy. Like this is clearly Red Room training
Oh,
sort of stuff of if you're naked, you can't hide a weapon.
yeah.
So I will meet with people here.
Yeah. Um, which means that they was Avengers Tower not completed, or and she just or was completed, and then
Oh, she just uses that as her office because
yeah,
she
that's
doesn't
of course.
trust Val. She doesn't like none of them trust Val
That's
at this
good
point.
point. Good
I
point.
mean, maybe John Walker, but
It's John Walker.
yeah.
Um, okay, so I wanted to also talk about we were completely wrong about the gang boss wars,
Hmm.
right? That didn't happen. And Mr. Negative,
Not
not
in
a
there.
thing.
Yeah.
So
Now,
we
I
were
will
dead
say
wrong.
I was right when they started bringing in all those different gangs. I was like, okay, a lot of them are just going to show up in the montage. In fact, all of them showed up in the montage. Only
Yeah,
Scorpion came back again in any sort of a role.
right. So yeah, which was so Michael Mando giving me a little second attempt
Yeah.
there. That was good. Um, it just that just brought to mind how is Peter how's the character going to balance these powers out? Because he's obviously got some enhancement now,
Hmm.
but he can control it, or he's kind of
He's,
moved into it in a way, or
yeah, he's not fighting against it anymore. He's accepted that it's part of who he is, and he controls it now versus it controlling him. It's no longer taking over him, it's just part of him.
which is I think is more about his stress and his like
Yes.
that triggered it, that brought it to life within him, right? And then now
Hmm.
it's part of him. But at first he was battling it and he was pushing it
Yes.
away. And so
It would take
it's
over, it would take control, sort of thing.
it was kind of one of the big questions I just wanted to understand because when before we saw this, there's so much that seemed to be happening in it. How are they going to balance this? And again, I didn't feel off balance with some of these plot points that they're like the I don't want to call it mutation, but his morphing, of powers and all like Jean Grey, and we have stuff with having with Ned and MJ. It
Mhm.
all was balanced.
So well. And Ned and MJ were the last two characters that I was
Yes.
like, oh, I want to talk about them because, I mean, they're not in it nearly as much, but like Ned's Spidey Tracker app
Yeah.
is
My
fun.
family is actually kind of disappointed that there wasn't more MJ and Ned
Hmm.
in the movie. Like they kind of wanted more, which I understand because
Hmm.
you want the guy in the chair and
Yeah.
MJ's quick wits and all that. So
Yeah. But I love just like the scene where Peter's hanging out with them or as Spider-Man,
right.
and all they're doing is they're doing the exact same thing that
Hmm.
they did when they like before.
Yeah.
MJ knows a little bit more at that point, but Ned is just like, I don't know what to do. I'm sure it was probably Peter's idea to be like, oh, well, let's build a Lego set or something like that,
Hmm.
because this is just going to be awkward if we're just standing around
Right.
while you pepper me with questions.
Right. Eating banh mi sandwiches.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a great scene. Some people were like, "Oh, it's kind of weird that it just all of a sudden it hit him. It dawned on him that Metzger had said something about Sarah being somebody that he knew." And I'm like, that didn't really bother me. Like, and that I could see why it would bother some people is how it would be that it's kind of a
But
I don't know, it's kind of an easy. plot point or a way to. I'm trying to think of the right word or the right phrase to kind of move the plot. I guess quick. It's like a quick, easy route out.
Yeah, but I did appreciate that this wasn't something that Peter immediately guessed or something like that. This was only because MJ was like, yeah, it's terrifying you because all of a sudden, like she was one place, she was in her apartment,
Yep.
and then she was on the ground,
Yeah. Or
some
falling.
random place.
Yeah, I think she said, yeah. Yeah. It wasn't a stretch for me. Like it wasn't a stretch. And
yeah, if Peter had been like immediately called him on it or something like that, yeah, that's a
yeah.
stretch.
I love the Ned stuff. I love his wall. I love, yeah, I think
His
I
guesses.
can't, what's his, yeah. He played Ned just as he needs to, as he always has. Just a really good friend and just a really kind of fun guy. And I don't know. MJ, a lot of people say that Zendaya stole the show on this. How do you feel about that? Like,
I don't think so. I think it was still very much the focus and like the performances. It's still very much Peter Parker.
yeah, I will say like there's you can definitely see some of the more adult side of MJ in this, which Zendaya
Mhm.
probably brought, and there's been
Yeah.
some involvement in her character, which I think she did a really great job with
Yeah. 4 years
presenting.
have passed.
Yeah, right. She's
Character
wiser,
should
smarter.
feel wiser, smarter, and
Yeah,
she should be wiser, smarter because
she's in.
she was already the wisest, smartest one of the group,
Yeah,
and she's put a whole lot more time into that.
fair, right. And that scene again back on the rooftop was devilishly good by her. So,
Mhm.
um, I wouldn't say that she was the show just the one who stole the show, but I will definitely say that her and Jacob Batalon, is that right?
Yeah.
They both. I could use a little bit more of them, sure.
Hmm.
Did the story
Yeah.
need it? No,
No.
but went to hurt.
Yeah,
So.
they're so good in the roles at this point. All
Well,
of
they're all
them.
friends. Like they all
Yeah,
just are like legitimately Tom and Jacob are friends. So
right. And Tom and Zendaya are married, so
right.
hopefully they're friends too.
Yeah. They sleep together. They better be
Yes.
friends.
So
That was
anything
awkward.
else? Anything else you want to cover?
You want to talk more about Tom and Zendaya in bed?
Do
No?
we want to talk more about Peter at all in this? Like Peter is the character we haven't talked that much about, but talking about everybody else, you really
Right.
talk about him.
That's a good point. Again, haven't seen the Odyssey, but I think this is I don't know. I really, really liked Peter Parker in this. So
Hmm. This is a
Tom
character.
Holland is really good at being sad. Like he can really play sad.
Yeah.
I don't know. Solid. I think it was just a really solid performance by him.
This is a character that and performance that really makes you care for them. And like Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man stories, like there's a reason Spider-Man is the most popular out of all the Marvel characters. And
Yeah.
I don't think it's even close, from comics to the films.
Yeah.
And it's just because he is kind of this everyday kid. And even if he has the superhuman strength, the web fluid, or the no longer web fluid,
Oh yeah, right.
yeah, if he has, like, he has all these things, but he still just feels normal. And, like, that's what they were trying to do, and I think have done with Kamala Khan, too, as Miss Marvel, is this is a normal person who's just really excited about superheroes who happens to be one. And
Mhm.
it makes them really relatable. And Tom's performance falls into line with that so well.
Yeah. Yeah. It really the role that he was born to play, maybe.
Hmm.
Might be a bit strong, but like it's such a good match. Like I don't know I can't remember her name, who the casting person is, but I mean
Yeah.
that's a phenomenal job of casting
Hmm.
when she did that.
That's one of those that you just kind of hang your hat on
Yeah,
for 10 years
right.
that he's been
Yeah.
doing this now. Every time a new Spider-Man movie comes out, I'm like, yep, this is why you hire me as your casting person.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't really say much more. All good stuff for Tom Holland in this role. So
good.
I kind of hope he actually, I don't know if it's possible, but can you win? I wonder if you could win an award of some kind, like is
Maybe
like, how do you not? Like, I don't know, like he does.
because because of the type of film it is,
Sure.
it just gets ignored.
It
Whether
does.
or not that's fair, probably not. I mean, it's the same way horror films. Yeah, there's a whole lot of schlocky B ones out there, which I love, but a really good performance in a really good horror film is phenomenal.
Mhm.
And it's
I would,
like, why do we care that it's a docudrama or something that is pretentious to hand out the awards to?
right. Like I feel just as much in these movies as I have in other movies. So
Sometimes more.
non-comic book, yeah. So yeah, 100% because my heart falls, in these kind of, like, I love comics more than some other types of movies. So
That's yep.
or I like comics more than Shakespeare. Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about Shakespeare as a graphic novel?
I mean, probably already kind of have that, honestly.
Oh, they
Shakespeare's
exist.
been mimicked so many.
I mean,
Oh.
just directly Shakespeare as well. There's also IDW. I think it's IDW's comic run of Let's Kill Shakespeare, where all the Shakespearean characters realize, like, oh, there's like they're living in this world, and they're like, oh, somebody's like pulling the strings on our life. How can we break away from that? And is somebody manipulating Shakespeare into doing this? It is a phenomenal idea.
That is a phenomenal horror film idea.
Oh,
I think
yes.
those characters a lot of them are pretty crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And will kill you. They'll kill you.
Very happily.
Dang.
They'll smile while they do it.
Yeah. That concept needs to be brought to life.
I'm
You're writing the first drafts, right?
No, I'm going to say I'm a little bit surprised that it hasn't been, but also now that it's in comic form, nobody can just be like, well, I want to take this idea and run with it without it being like, okay, you have to deal with the rights around it. So anyways, we will be back unless you have anything more to cover here.
Man, I'm exhausted. I think I've said plenty, probably too much. So no, I'm good. I think we can talk more about it next week.
I was going to say next week. Yeah, we may talk a little bit more about it. I'm sure that we'll probably come across some new rock stars or Screen Crush videos about different ideas on like the end credit scenes and stuff like that. But we're also going to be talking about D23 because that will be basically, well, D23 will be happening the weekend after next episode of this podcast. So predictions, thoughts as to what we might get there. I think there's some safe bets, but we'll be talking about that next week.
After we talk about the kind of fish sticks that Tom Holland and Zendaya's preferred tartar sauce.
Well, we know that the fish sticks Tom Holland eats probably won't be beer battered. They'll be Bureau battered.
Yes. See, you could do that. I should try and get some Bureau and see if I can do some beer battered fish stick. All right.
Report back next week.
I'm telling you, we got a podcast brewing here.
Yeah. So thank you so much for listening. Yeah. Thank you so much.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much for listening. We do really appreciate it. And we'll be back again next week. Greg gave a few ways you can help support the podcast at the beginning. But with that, we'll see you next time.
Fish sticks. Bam.
There are still places to go, people to see, and adventures ahead. Azure Well creates vitamins and supplements focused on purity, potency, and consistency for people who want to make the most of every season of life. Every formula is lab tested and designed for everyday wellness. If quality matters to you, compare what's in your cabinet to Azure Well. Visit AzureLivingWell.com. That's AZURE livingwell.com. These products have not been evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.